Day 34. Today I want to talk about a quote from Albert Einstein. It is important to me in many ways. I use it a lot at the current job I'm at, trying to get people to see things differently. And I know it will become one of the founding principles of the various products that I do as I move forward in the next phase of my life. So again, it's from Albert Einstein. And basically it goes, you can't solve your current problems with the same mindset that created them. So if you really think about it, it's a valid quote, and it really helps put perspective. The challenge that I find is people say it or they hear it and they understand it, but they don't really know it. And there is a common theme across much of life about people knowing things, but not really knowing them. And it all becomes down to like a practice and whether you're really going to apply those principles that you say you know. And I really do appreciate this quote a lot. Obviously, he was a brilliant man, but I think his brilliance really sometimes goes unnoticed because everybody thinks about the more practical aspects of what he does, but not from a more spiritual and guiding principle of life that he gives. And this is one of those classic quotes that really communicate that. So everything you do in life, you set yourself up for what you're going to experience. And if you don't change that perspective about what you're experiencing and, how you interact with people and everything, you really won't change anything. And it might look a little differently and you might perceive it a little differently, but it probably in reality, when you really take the step back and, change that mindset, you'll find out that 9 times out of 10, you weren't doing anything differently. You were just wearing a different set of clothes the next day. They're still all clothes. So my current role is really important in this because I am a change agent. I'm the one that focuses a lot of transformation. Obviously, the direction that I'm going with my life now and the phase that I want to try to move my business and stuff is related to that. So it has always been very important to me that I have a different mindset, that I change perspective, and that I'm willing to look at things a little differently. And it has always really, the more I think about it, been one of the key things of my life. And there were times when that ability to change perspective and that drive to change perspective and, change my mindset and think about things differently actually caused me pain, made me feel like an outsider and everything like that. And it was only through the process of really, coming to understand that it wasn't because you were different or whatever in a bad way. It was that you were who you were and you just weren't in a scenario or a situation where that could be appreciated. And, I wear my heart on my sleeve a lot, and I think you should lead with your heart. Of course, you get beat ups in the process sometimes, and it's coming to terms with that and understanding. So in the phase that I am now, it's you still find every day how you can change your mindset, change your perspective, and grow internally and externally and in all aspects of yourself. So I think that you all should, take to heart that quote. If you've heard it before, great. If you haven't, really sit down and look at what's happening in your life and how you can change your perspective. And more importantly, in some ways, in regards to business, this, because it's a group think and because it's outside of one mind, that's why I think this quote is really important in relations to business, because everybody is focused on one aspect and they're not willing to change the mindset. And, it's hard enough as an individual to rise above that challenge and to accomplish something. But in a group scenario where you have different minds and different political and economics, social and technology, challenges and everything, it's a little bit harder to do, but that's why that quote's so important. And you are welcome to use it. Obviously, I didn't come up with it, Albert did. But I challenge you to use it in your life daily. So that's it for today. Take care.